This chapter shows early life on the Lord Buddha, who was originally born as a princess in the royal family. On being exposed to the surface suffering of the world when he was earlier sheltered from, he left his princehood and went to search of salvation, thus leaving all the worldly pleasure behind. Upon attaining spiritual awakening, he gave his first sermon in the city of Banaras, hereby making a lady named Kesha Gotami realize that men are mortal and wise person should not grieve at what is bound to happen, for it's only enhance pain and suffering. This is the gist of the chapter. Now explanation of the chapter. First I am explaining you the first full Buddha till witnessed. Gautam Buddha was born to North Indian royal family as a prince and was named Siddharth Gautam. He was sent to faraway place when he was 12 years old to study Hindu scriptures, and upon returning from 4 years later, he got married to a princess soon. They both had a son and they continued to live the royal life for about 10 years. The royal were shielded from all the unpleasant experience of the world until the prince met a sick man, an aged man, and a funeral procession and a monk looking for alms. These experiences acted as an eye-opener for him, and thus he left all the royalty behind to seek a higher sense of spiritual awakening. Now the next till suffering. He wandered for 7 years and finally sat down under a peepal tree where he vowed to stay until enlightenment came. 7 days, he named the trees the Bodhi tree, tree of wisdom, and began to teach and to share his new understanding. At this point, he became known as the Buddha, the awakening of enlightenment. The Buddha preached his first sermon at Banaras, most holy of the dipping places on the river Ganga. The sermon has been preserved and is given here. It reflects the Buddha's wisdom about one kind of suffering. This I am explaining now. Gautam Buddha went in search of enlightenment for about 7 years before he finally came across a peepal tree and chose to sit under it. He became awakened when he finally attained salvation after 7 days. He decided to rettle a tree as a Bodhi tree, which means tree of wisdom, and himself came to be known as Buddha, which means the awakening. He even began preaching his new realization, and his first sermon was given in the city of Banaras. The city of Banaras is known to be sacred as it resides on the banks of river Ganga. The first sermons he gave was preserved and is famous till date. It given below as well give a new perspective to the man's understanding and suffering. Now, Kisa Gotami till friend. Kisa Gotami till friend I am explaining. It talks about a lady named Kisa Gotami whose son has recently died. Stuck with unending pain and sorrow, she took her son door to door requesting for a wonder drug that could bring his son back to his life. Quite obviously, everyone even thought that the lady had lost the ability to think clearly. Going on from door to door, she finally came across a man who couldn't offer any medicine but led her in Sakyamuni, the Buddha. Filled with the hope, the lady visited Gautam Buddha and begged him for a cure of the child. Just as the man said Gautam Buddha had a solution, he asked Kisa Gotami to get a handful of mustard seed. Restored with hope, Kisa Gotami thought it to be a very simple task until Lord Buddha instituted a condition that the mustard seed must be taken from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent or friend. Very important. What was the term? He said that he has to bring the mustard seed from a house where no one has lost a child, husband, parent or friend. Now, poor till died it. Poor till died it. Then Kisa till the selfishness. Kisa Gotami, weird and hopelessness, sat down at the wayside, watching light of the city. As she flickered up very extreme again, at last the darkness of the night resonance everywhere, and she considered the fate of man that the lights flicker up are extinguished. How selfish I am in my grief, she said to herself. Death is a common to all, yet in the valley of desolation there is a path that leads to the immortality who has surrendered all selfishness. This is very important, students. All hope was lost for Kisa, and thus in extreme anguish and pain she found herself a place to ponder at the edge of a road. She continuously watched city lights blinking and observed them. There was just darkness all around. After deep reflection, she realized that man's fate was just like the city lights that flicker and extinguish repeatedly. The cycle of birth and death is nature's way of working. Suddenly, she became conscious as to how selfish she had been in her sorrow, and that who was born must rest eternally. Men are mortal, and that one are immortal have covered a path free from all worldly desire. The Buddha said, till death. Buddha said, according to Lord Buddha, the life of mortal is trouble because they have not made peace with the fact that one who is born must rest eternally. There is no way of living being can avoid facing death. Just like a ripe fruit is more prone to falling, an aged mortal is bound to die. Just like all earthen vessels break at some point, so do men, whether old or young, foolish or wise. That leaves none. Now, the last one, of course, still blessed. Of course, still blessed. The only way that works is by withdrawing the person from the living world. The person ceases to exist. No one has control over death. Neither a father can save his son, nor kinsman his relative. Just like an ox is taken to the slaughter house to be killed, so does death do with mortals, leaving none behind. Thus, the one who knows this truth and doesn't grave at his loss is the one who has been called wise by Lord Buddha. Now, the last one, not from blessed. Not from blessed. According to Lord Buddha, one should not grieve, weep, or be miserable at something which is bound to happen. For it keep man away from obtaining peace of mind. It will only multiply the pain and suffering, thus leading to physical weakness, and moreover, no amount of grief would bring back the dead. It is very important to understand that one must move past feeling like sorrow and grief, as it is the only way that leads to the path of salvation. Thank you, students.